32. They waited half an hour, as they'd said they would. Then Chad fired up the Stinger and nosed it around and out of the ravine, over the hills around the colony, to bring them out near the landing pad. The fire in the comms tower had burned itself out, and its toppled spire was embedded in the shale landscape, the wreck of the Cheyenne dropship tangled with it. As they approached, Marilyn sat up in her seat, peering through the drizzly rain to the landing platform. But there was nobody waiting for them. She slumped back down, gazing listlessly out of the window, as Chad brought them as close as he could to the facility. "They saved us," he said quietly. "And in saving us, they might have saved countless more people. Once we get off here." All Davis ever wanted was to be human. Well, that was something billions of people took for granted every day of their lives, never giving it a second thought. Yet it had consumed Davis, drove him forward, urged him on. How to become human, how to grasp that elusive will-o'-the-wisp when nobody could agree on what it actually was. Ultimately, he'd succeeded. Not through his jokes, and not through his love for Zula Hendricks, and not even through his selfless sacrifice. Davis had attained humanity because he'd learned to lie. Chad hadn't said anything because he knew it wasn't his place, even though he desperately didn't want Davis to throw himself into certain death down in that reactor core. But he'd known that Davis was lying. He didn't need to go there. Teresa's processing chip was more than adequate for her to store all the protocols for the shutdown. She could have done it all by herself. Davis had gone with her because he didn't want a little girl, even a sophisticated synthetic little girl, to die alone. Chad was sure of it. Marilyn nodded but said nothing. Out of the Stinger, they skidded down the slope to the landing platform. The Victory was in one piece, thank God. Chad checked his watch. The system lock Trent had put on it should be about to time out. They were free. At last.